Well, well. What may only have been a few days, maybe a week for you people, it has been a long time since I've recorded on this. I played it for the first time, was it today or yesterday? I logged in for the first time and I did one or two things. As you can see, I don't think I'd built this part. Obviously we'd started this. This was where I was getting my slime from. This was where the slimes were spawning. And I can't remember if I'd explained this square. I think I had. But basically this square, it marks out where the slime chunk is, but it isn't the slime chunk. It's not the exact size and shape of the slime chunk. It is slightly larger than the slime chunk, but the slime chunk is within that square basically. And so we can expect to get slimes spawning on paths that we are hopefully going to eventually build. I might build them this episode. Might get started on them. That would be an improvement. I also want to get a collection system for the fish farm up and running, because currently we've only got this, and currently I filled up the chest. I've emptied it a bit since, but I do want to get on to some fishing so I can get some good books for, well, especially for the tools that we got last episode. And I have had some more villagers. Also, I've kind of reshaped this area. Originally, you might remember the furnaces were sat here, slightly behind the chests. The bar, it went all the way over there on this block, but I moved it in one so that it would have complete sky access. The slime chunk would have complete sky access. Just small things like that, kind of reshaping it. I've bred up some of the animals. I might have done that last episode. I should probably have watched last episode in order to get an idea as to what I was getting myself into, but we're still getting a good supply of iron from the villagers. I should probably go up and check them at some point, because I'm always paranoid. I've got a mending villager up there that, if you're wondering, I haven't moved the mending villager because I'm too scared I'm going to somehow kill it. So yeah, we're just leaving the mending villager where it is. So yeah, those are the plans. I'm quite happy with how this episode has gone. Oh yeah, we've got some new villagers. I'll go and see if they can be identified. I'm quite happy with how this series has gone, I should say, because although it's only episode 12, although I recorded episode 1, how long ago? Over 6 months ago I recorded episode 1, I'm happy that I've got a lot into each episode. Oh, this one's grown up. Yes! It's an armour smith, or an armourer, I guess is a proper term. So what do we need? We need emeralds. We need 6 emeralds in order to unlock the next trade, and we can get full iron armour from this chap. We can also get diamonds, diamond armour from this person. Okay, here we go. We're going to try and unlock some trades off this guy. It might be expensive. I don't think we've got any other armourers here. We've got leatherworker. This guy's the weaponsmith. Oh, jigs! That glitch is back, eating another weaponsmith, who we might try and unlock later. This is the guy that's got our diamond trades. But we'll see what this guy's unlocked, if he has unlocked anything. 9 iron for 1 emerald. 14 emeralds. Oh, we're going to get full iron at this point. Might as well do it. The only piece of diamond armour we can get from these guys now is diamond chest plates. We can't get any of the other diamond pieces. Hey! Not that I can make that trade. Hey! There we go. So we've got potential to get diamond armour. Should we do it? I'm really tempted. Let's just do it. And we can actually get 2, which will enable us to wipe the enchantment and get new enchantments on it. So I think I'll do that. That's all my emeralds down the drain. I've made the advancement, cover me with diamonds in SkyBlock. Amazing. But there you go. That is the extent of our success. Oh, there's more. Oh, it's chain. I can get all the chain armour now. That is neat. So that's an easy way of getting chain. I'm not going to be spending any more emeralds. Don't you worry. We'll have to build up some more. So we can leave the diamond chest plate, the diamond armour in there. Okay, I bought iron armour, but I kind of had to unlock the other trades. We could already make iron armour with the iron we got out of the iron farm. I think the thing I'll start with is the thing that relies heavily on iron. It will be the collection system for the fish farm. Now, I was thinking of doing a sorting system, and I might still do a sorting system, but I found out that just sorting items into chests, or having loads of chests to put the items into, is a really good way of working fish farms. That's what I've done on the Cape Core SMP at time of recording, and the fact it's not sorted doesn't bother me. So I think what we'll do is we'll work on that. It's going to go below the flooring though, so we need to figure out a good way of getting down there. There's 18 redstone there. That could be the extent of it, so we might have no choice in it. The sorting system I usually use requires redstone blocks, which would automatically be able to make 2, and that's it from the current supply. Right, we'll see if there's any redstone in... Oh, there's 12, yeah. So I don't think a sorting system is going to be an option. I think we're just going to have to do just hoppers and chests, and that's it. Similar to what I've done on Cakecore SMP, but as I've said, it doesn't bother me a huge amount. Oh yeah, this is a very awkward... This is my only infinite water pool. I do have other water source blocks that I'm using as an emergency, just in case I... or for use in an emergency in case I delete all the water sources. But yeah, currently my infinite water source works like that. I need to find a better place for it. The reason I got these is obviously just so I can slip over it. Oh look, there's a water source block down there. I completely forgot about that. Anyway, we have broken through down below. We've got the hopper realigned, so it's going to bring the items down. And then I think they'll just carry the items that way. And we'll see where they end up. Okay, we've got 34 hoppers, 61 chests. Oh, you know what? I forgot. We're still in 1.12. I haven't upgraded. I probably won't upgrade. But the reason for being in 1.12 is obviously just because this is the one I started in, and I don't want to work really with the new water in this particular game. I'm not opposed to the new water, but I would there's a lot I would have to change about this world. I'm happy just working 1.12. I know at the start I was probably all like, oh, I'm using a newer version, but no, obviously it's no longer a newer version. It is in fact one version behind, and by the time this goes up it could be 2 versions behind, who knows. So as a result of that, we've got trapped chests here and regular chests, and those are the ones we'll be using. I don't see why I need to do this on camera. I'll probably speed it up or just tell you about it, but I'll work on it now. That's the point. I'm going to have the chests facing that way, I think, so there's a way we can come down behind the farm. Like, I think the way we're going to access it is down here. And that way it'll be easier to get to than if it's like right here, right in front of the farm. Or we can have a trap door, I guess, but nah, I'm happy with the idea I had previously. So I have completed the sorting system. I will just show it off here real quick. It's very messy, but then so is a lot of this build. In fact, if you go down here, you can see just how messy it is, even down here. I'm trying to figure out what this is. That was pretty pointless. I think that was from a previous tree that we had planted there. But anyway, this is the sorting system. Okay, no, sorry. Correction. It's just a storage system, really. There's no sorting involved. And so this is where the items for fishing will go. Lots of storage, which is good. That is exactly what we were after. Might dump that stuff in later just so we can get rid of this chest. We can put that there. Now, we're going to move on to working on the slime farm. Now, if we can just get our chunks open. This is a very interesting build. It's not something I've done before, and I've actually thought about it. I've put some thought into it, and I'm thinking it's going to come out decent. Okay, I'm not sure if it'll be amazing. Oh yeah, I've not done the killing system yet. I'm still working on that. I've got 1 or 2 ideas, 1 or 2 things I've seen on YouTube that I might implement. However, as you can see, this entire shape is fitted inside the slime chunk, which is the chunk we are in. The chunk you can see go up to the sky with the lines, the yellow lines, and as you can see, water spreads over it perfectly. Now this water acts as a disable mechanism, so it stops slimes from spawning, and it's a mechanism we will be making use of in the final design of this farm. How we're going to operate that, I'll get on to in a bit, but the plan is we're going to build one of these pads out of... I'm not sure what material I'll use, but we'll build one of these pads higher up on Y40, and then we'll build one 6 blocks lower at Y34, then one 6 blocks lower at Y28, then one at Y22, Y16, and then finally one at Y10. So we'll have 6 pads, I think that comes to, for spawning slime. Now what's going to happen is they're going to jump off, and they'll jump off down here, and that's as far as I've got. I still haven't decided what block to use, and I still haven't decided how to kill the slimes and get their loot, basically. So yeah, we've got a few things to figure out, but that's the fun of it. We're going to get to the bottom of how we're going to get these pesky slime to give us their loot, basically. Ironically enough, we do need slime for this build. We've got 16. Is that enough? Probably not. Oh look, okay, no, there's none. Oh, there's a wee guy down there. That's good. Okay, well, we can get some more slime in just a bit, but first of all I need to figure out what blocks to use. I was going to use like similar blocks to these, but I don't think we'll be doing that. I think we'll use something else. I know, iron blocks. No, I'm kidding. I guess we could use snow, since we've got a lot of snow. Snow might be useful. Should we use snow? Yeah, why not? And we've got a lot of it here, although probably not enough. Oh look, there's some more slime now. Let's hop down and... oh no! Let's hop down and make use of it. I'm not going to take the chance with going down and killing that guy. Get rid of that. Okay, so what we're going to do, we've got the dispensers. We're just going to pill it up, and we're going to mark the place where we're going to start building the pads. That's the point. Spawning areas for the slime. So the first one goes here, and yeah, what we'll do is we'll just build it out like this, and we'll probably run out of snow, but we can go get some more. We do have an endless supply of it currently. A creeper and a skeleton spawned in exactly the same block. You don't see that too often, but it just reminds me that I'm going to have to, yeah, light up the pads as well, so we get nothing spawning during the night. Okay, so now it's time for me to reveal the method by which we're going to operate the shut-off mechanism for the slime farm. So basically, we have, in the middle of the spawning pads, we've got dispensers. They will have buckets of water in them. Currently, I've only got one, so we'll have to fill them up later. But the way we're going to do it is using an old block update, detector, feature, glitch, all of the above, which goes something like this. It's very, very convenient. The most convenient thing I've seen in this game for a long, long time. But as you can see, it is simply just a piston, a slime block, and then a redstone block. The one issue is I've only got one redstone block and then one piece of redstone, so we're going to have to save up for some more redstone blocks. But in essence, what's going to happen is if a button or a lever is pulled, let's just say a button's pressed and water comes out of the bottom dispenser, which is this one. As you can see, we're at the lowest level. What's going to happen is that operates, and as this operates, the redstone block will then power the dispenser above, and that will then, well, it'll start a chain reaction effectively of, or kind of like a domino effect where it goes up to each pad, and it operates each dispenser, which will in turn operate the dispenser above via, well, dispensing its water, which will then activate the updater, the block update detector thing. You might wonder why I didn't use an observer block. Well, it's not possible to make an observer block as I can't get to the nether to get quartz, and I don't know of any other way of getting quartz other than cheating and going off to the land, which we're not allowed to do because it's SkyBlock after all. So that's why we can't use that method, but I kind of like this method. I think this method is good enough, and we will be using it for each and every pad. So I've got two built. I've actually lowered it by one. I was going to put it at 10, with the top one being at 39. Sorry, with the top one being at 40, but now the top one will be at 39, just to make sure slimes will spawn in it. We've got glowstone to light up the pad to stop hostile mobs from spawning on them. And the slimes will hopefully just jump off of their own accord. That's the plan. And I wasn't going to say, but I did something very, very silly. I'm very, very ashamed about it. Well, not ashamed. I don't know. It's just really annoying. Basically, I was away at the villager place over there, and there was a villager stuck in the fence, like right at the exit, or entrance, sorry, where villagers come. I broke the fence and the sign disappeared and the water pushed the villager, the baby villager, into the abyss. And the worst part was it was a black robed one, which might have been a toolsmith. We really need that toolsmith. But not to worry, hopefully we will get another one. So this is what I've got done thus far on the slime farm. We've got all 6 pads set up. As you can see, the top one there is working. There's no way that slime would have got up there unless it spawned. So that's good. The shut-off system can't be toggled yet. I don't have the materials required to do that. So yeah, also I've got to figure out the sorting system. And that wasn't very good. The slime just kind of jumped off onto the wall. That might be an issue. Hopefully not though. But, oh yeah, also I died. I died while I was AFK fishing overnight. I managed to get a lot of, well, a lot of stuff, as you would expect, but I died at some point. Presumably to a zombie with gold armor, because I woke up, respawned, and went over here, and there was a zombie just kind of chilling. So that's my theory on it. So I just built a bit of a fenced area around the fish farm so that that would not happen again. Beyond that, not much else has changed. There was 2 mending books that I found in the chest up here, so I must have got those from a previous time while fishing. But the biggest issue is we need redstone. Best place to get redstone is from villagers, and we need ways of getting emeralds, because I blew all our emeralds on iron armor and on the 2 diamond chest plates that we have here. Speaking of which, we've also got a toolsmith who will hopefully be able to provide diamond tools for us, like a diamond pickaxe and a diamond spade. However, we do need some emeralds first. Now, I have basically shut off that mob system there. I was going to test this one to try and get it running on an automatic basis. However, there are a few problems. First of all, the tunnel that takes the villagers from the breeder to the place where they live, it runs directly under here. I think it's like right under this block here. As you can see, I've kind of renovated this area slightly. But yeah, the villager transporter or the water streams or whatever, they run directly under here. So we can't go down any further. The reason we want to go down is so the mobs will fall to their deaths. But the other bigger reason is we've got some bedrock here. Now, bedrock's a bit of an issue because although there are methods of breaking it, they require TNT or dragon eggs, and I have neither of those important ingredients. I've got everything else, I just don't have those specific ingredients, so we're going to have to either work with what we've got or come up with a different solution. So what I'm planning on doing at the minute is testing. I'm planning to test the mob system. We're going to see what mobs fall, what mobs die from falling, and what mobs survive. I believe that creepers should die every time, skeletons should die every time, zombies might. Also, it depends if mobs have armour on. If they've got armour on, they're probably going to survive. It's a difficult one, really. I mean, we could we could do it slightly differently. There are other options. We don't have to make it just about falling. But the thing is, I want to get spiders involved too. So yeah, we've got to really consider how we're going to work that. Oh yeah, and I lost a bunch of pistons and a load of snow blocks when I died, which was really annoying. But thankfully nothing else. The reason I lost it was because I think items despawn if you don't respawn. So yeah, that was the issue for me. Okay, here we go. It's time to remove all of the torches from here. As I said, the other mob system is disabled. There's no good shut-off system for these systems, so yeah, it's kind of a bummer, but there you go. We could build more stories to this. I might do that actually, but it really just depends on what I feel would work best and what is doable. I mean, could we build more layers? Yes. Would it work? I'm not sure, put it that way. I'm thinking that we should at least test this first, and then we can maybe come up with a different idea. Because it might be we have to disable this lower section entirely and build more. So it's going to be a a bit of a stretch, but we'll see. Anyway, there we go. Let's hop down and hop down to the water here. Let's boot this up. And yeah, we'll see how it works. There are some mobs up there. There we go. So one died, but the second mob down was a skeleton with chain armor on. Skeleton didn't die. Zombie did die, as I suspected. Oh, creeper died. That's good. That zombie died despite the fact it had armor on, which is interesting. I'm not sure about zombie's health. I think it's got 20 health points, same as the player, but it doesn't always seem consistent. Like sometimes you've got to hit it extra times and all that. I really don't know. Maybe sometimes they end up with a health boost or regeneration or something like that. So the idea would be that the mobs fall and land on hoppers. Now obviously that wouldn't work with regards to the bedrock because you can't put hoppers below full blocks to get the items, and we can't ideally put a hopper on top of it because there's nowhere for it to go without interfering with other blocks. There's another zombie that survived and a creeper survived. So I'm thinking I'm thinking the best option now is, witches will survive as well. Yeah, loads of mobs are surviving. I'm thinking that the best option is to disable the first floor and then go with my original plan. I think when I originally constructed this many months ago, my plan was to build it up higher. So I think we're going to have to go with that. I mean, it's not an option I really want necessarily, but it's going to help us because we can get string, which will give us wool, and we can get and the wool will, and the string also. String and wool will get us emeralds, and the zombie flesh will get us emeralds. The idea, and also bones for getting crops that will get us emeralds eventually when we get a farmer. We still don't have a farmer. So it's been a couple of days, or I don't know how many days actually, since I last recorded, but a lot has happened. This series takes a lot of time and effort to push forward, but we're getting there. Basically I just don't want to show everything like I do in most other LPs. But anyway, moving on. As you can see, we have got the mob system sorted. I don't remember the last clip. I think I was building the rest of the mob system, which is what I've done. It's only got 5 levels. I think that should be okay, but we can add on to it. Hopefully not, but if we feel we need to add on to it, we can. There's about, I worked out how many spawning spaces are there. There's about, I want to say it's over 1,000, like 1,250. I want to say there's about 1,250 spawning spaces in there. Spiders can spawn as well, obviously, although I'm not convinced spiders will necessarily benefit from this system. I've also, I've changed this walkway. Instead of having stairs on on 2 sides and then slabs in the middle, I just slabbed it out completely, and then we've got a connecting bridge from here over to here, which works well because I kept finding myself wandering down here expecting to get over here, but I couldn't. So I thought, well, since I'm still doing that, I might as well just create a bridge. And that's what we've got. And this is this is where the cobble generator is. I've added a chest. There's a bunch of hoppers, which I'll just show off real quick. Basically, as you can see, there's water there with squid in it. Just ignore them. They're irrelevant at the moment. That guy, what's he doing? There we go. I would remove the lava to show you, but that's too much effort. Basically, this hopper then goes down, straight down, so that I can still use my pickaxe, because when I'm using the system, I'm aiming my pickaxe into this gap here. You can see there's hoppers right at the very bottom there, so I can still aim into the gap where the water is, and I'm not digging anything else, like I'm not digging the water below me. But basically the hoppers run straight down, and then along, and into this chest. And as you can see, quite a bit of cobble there, which is useful. Anyway, on to the main feature of this episode, and I was actually thinking that the creeper area is no longer, no, it's kind of necessary. I was going to say it's no longer necessary because we were using that to get rid of creepers because we didn't really need, we don't need gunpowder, and we don't want like baby zombies in that really. But that's kind of unnecessary these days because we're going to get loads of creepers out of this system. As you can see, I have tried to decorate it a bit. I've tried to put a bit of a curve on it. There's the lines of stone brick which kind of match up with what's down here. Does it look good? Not really, but we'll roll with it. And there's also a new way to get up. Originally you had to go up here. And also the collection system is around here because, well, I'll explain why it's around here for in another episode. But basically, the way to get up is here. This is the ladder now, and I've actually, well, I probably said this previously, but I've completely, well, blitzed this area. This is the original floor that mobs spawned on, but we're going to just use this as a bit of an intersection. I'll fill in the channels. As you see, the channels have just been stopped at the moment. The paths are still here, but I'm just going to fill in the channels, and this is going to be a flat area. There's an easy way down, just this way. Then you can get onto the roof if you go that way. There's a water drop from the roof this way. One thing I do want to do is I want to identify where each floor begins, which is going to be a lot harder than you might think. I think it's 3 up, right? Yeah, 3 up. So this is 1 floor. So this is the first of the new floors. As you can see, there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. The channels are in place, but they're not actually at work yet. And we've got all the trap doors, which is good. And the trap doors are good because it allows me to get across the channels, but it also convinces mobs that there's solid blocks there, then they just walk in. That's the idea. Spiders, again, I'm not sure how good this will be for spiders, but we shall, well, we'll certainly see. This is the time of testing now, the time of trial. Oh, I dug in wrong there. I miscalculated my counting, my measurements from the previous floor. So yeah, we're going to get the streams going, we're going to remove the torches, and then we'll see it at work. And the idea is this is going to hopefully give us resources automatically and at a reasonable rate. That's what I would hope. And we don't have to be there to kill the mobs, they'll just give us them at any time. That's what we hope for anyway. This is a view from the top. It's not the tallest building in our world. We've got the iron farm over there, which is taller. We've also got the other mob system, which is shut off at the moment. And as you can see, there's slabs on the side now to indicate where each door is. This water drop is actually very difficult to use. There we go. It's difficult to shut it as well. The trapdoor is irrelevant. It's just there, just in case we need to use it. Yeah, we'll just start getting the water stream set up. We'll start removing the torches, and this will be a fully operational I mean mob system. Yeah. Alright, so the mobs should hopefully have started to spawn. If we just have a look at our entity count. Oh, here we go. This is what we were wanting. Obviously we won't get some items, because some items can only be obtained via killing a mob, such as oh dear, we've got 2 survivors. And I did have an idea for a killing system, and it involved dispensers and arrows, because we're going to get a lot of arrows, but we're not going to need them, so we could work on that as well. Thing is, I don't quite know how it would work. So I'm going to bring to an end this episode of SkyBlock. I have worked fairly extensively on everything. The mob system doesn't... Well, I'm not sure how well it's working. I might AFK overnight. I feel like if I'm further away from it, it doesn't work. But obviously you don't hear the mobs falling and all that. Of course, the higher levels won't be optimized or as optimal for mobs as the lower ones, because obviously they are further away from me. So I think what I'll do is I'll AFK fish overnight and just see how things go, or maybe when I've got a free moment or something. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see how things go. I do have a lot of other stuff to show off. Oh yeah, and I've also got the... Oh, that might be a factor, the slime. Yeah, so basically what I did was I started working on the slime farm a bit more. I put the buckets in each of the dispensers, and I've got most of the shut-off system working. Obviously we just need a killing system and the like, but we'll work on that next episode. Until then, thank you for watching. See you later.